This past Tuesday, Morgan State University joined the growing and sad fraternity of schools, movie theaters, churches, and thousands of other public places that have had mass shootings. On a campus wellness day, just after the homecoming king and queen were crowned, 5 people were shot, non-critically, by up to 4 shooters that, as of today, are still at large. As most of you know, I'm faculty at Morgan State, and the pain and violence this week has gotten me to think about the importance of empathy and selfishness. We all know the statistics: 533 mass shootings in America this year. Someone is killed by gun violence every 11 minutes in this country, and this has been going on for decades now, and political leaders don't do anything about it but talk. But what struck me this week is how close these moments of violence have become to me, to you, to everybody watching. Mass shootings for a lot of Americans used to be that thing that happened to your cousin, sister's coworker at the mall you went to in high school or after a rowdy concert. But they've never been abstract to me. I lost my old friend, Reverend Clementa Pinckney, at the mass shooting at Mother Emanuel Church. Every single university I have attended or worked at has had a mass shooting in the last calendar year. 5 students were shot at UVA in 2022. There was an active shooter at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill earlier this year, and now Morgan State University this week. The violence is coming close to home, and now it's not your uncle's friend's church, it's your neighborhood school or your local grocery store. And what I now feel, what millions of Americans now feel, is that fear. That fear that next time I will be on campus, I will be in that movie theater, I will be walking into the grocery store when those shots ring out. It's bound to happen one of these days, and I may not make it home. Americans have never been very good at empathy. We haven't managed to do much about guns, worrying about other people's kids, husbands, wives, family members, and partners. So I ask you all tonight to think about yourself. Unlike the weather or the economy, we can do something about gun violence. It's completely in our control. We can vote out leaders who don't care. We can ask state legislators direct questions. We can push for petitions. Because I promise you, you don't want to live with the fear that I and millions of Americans live with every day about when those gunshots might be right behind you. My prayers to my students, colleagues, and parents at Morgan State, and the hundreds of thousands of Americans who are direct and indirect victims of mass shootings and gun violence. We can do better as a country, and we have to.